Hey everyone, today I want to talk about Borderlands 4. You can pre-purchase it now, and I just want to talk about it for a bit. Uh, Borderlands 4 has been under some controversy for a while with some messages that were made, and I just want to talk about it. So if you guys don't know, it doesn't show on my Steam profile, but on console, I played every Borderlands game like 3 or 4 times. Uh, 1, 2, 3, Tiny Tina's pre-sequel. So I played a lot of the Borderlands game. I pretty much have them all done. I have most of the DLC. I think Borderlands 3, it just costed too much. Um, so Borderlands 3, we got every DLC for like 2 years straight, but they kept adding more and more to it, and we just kind of got tired of it. Also, you have to stop everything you're doing and install the new stuff and then play it. Installing everything you're doing to install something got really frustrating after a while. So I think after 2 years of installing DLCs, we just kind of gave up. So I want to talk about Borderlands 4 for a while and give you guys my thoughts as someone who's pretty much did everything in Borderlands. So I just want to talk about it. So first, I think the art looks great. These screenshots look amazing. And from my scene, the gameplay also looks great. It looks seamless. So I think all of this looks fantastic. Huge thumbs up. I think this looks amazing. So I think all of this looks great. Huge fan here. Now what I want to talk about mostly is the pre-order bonuses, because I do think it's kind of silly. So I grew up in the 90s, and in the 90s, we had these quarter games where you'd get the full game, but it was so hard. You had to spend like $3 in quarters to beat it. So that's what I grew up with. Basically every game was like impossible, and you would spend like hours and hours on the first level. And if you know what you're doing, the first level is like 5 minutes. But because it's so hard, you would spend days on it. So what I'm saying is, when I grew up, when you got the game, you got the full game. But it was so hard that you'd usually never beat it. That's my experience growing up. That's my experience playing games. You would get the full game, but you would pretty much never beat it. So when I beat a game, it was a great feeling. Because usually, like, easy mode wasn't a thing for a long time. So when games started having easy mode, it made games much easier to beat. And that feeling of accomplishment, I don't know. I have mixed feelings on games. So I want to talk about the pre-order bonus because I do think it's kind of silly. So I did try recording this before, but Dad was like fighting a boss, and you can hear him in the video. My microphone picked him up, and he was like button mashing and screaming at the boss. He was playing Final Fantasy, and what's funny is he beat it, and he's playing it again. And I guess the second time around he liked it even more because he's even louder. He's playing Final Fantasy 16, and I got him that game because I got tired of hearing. I got him a new game because I was super tired of him talking about the same thing over and over. He would talk about Resident Evil guns, and I got so bored of that. So I got him a new game just so he would stop. He would shut up. So I want to talk about the Borderlands pre-orders and also the system requirements because they're both kind of ridiculous. So Borderlands 4 right off the gate, $70. I think this is fine if you get your bang for your buck. if you do play every Vault Hunter, and it seems like you start out with 5, which is weird. I saw 5 Vault Hunters in the video. I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe one of them's a AI helper. I'm not really sure. But so I think $70 is fine as long as you get your bang for your buck. Like, I have probably like a year in Borderlands 2. I know it says 10 hours here, but I played it. I have 4 copies of Borderlands 2 on every console. So I played it a lot. I can beat Borderlands 2 in like 15 hours, start to finish. If I know what I'm doing, if I'm in like a good mood, I can probably beat it start to finish 15 hours. I think that's my fastest time. Anyways, I think $70 is fine if you get the most bang for your buck, and I'm looking at this number here. Now, I think Steam adds a little bit of price, and then you have taxes. So I guess this would be closer to like $80 when you combine all that. And then the next version of the game, if you pre-order, is $100. And another thing to know is the Borderlands games are on sale like all the time. I bought Borderlands 2 for like $5. These Borderlands games are on sale like all the time. So I might just wait for a sale. Now this next version is $100, and we'll talk about that. Again, I think if you get your bang for your buck, I think it's fine. And then the Super Deluxe version, which is a dumb name, Super Deluxe, you get $130. But with tax and Steam, it's probably closer to like $150. So there is a $150 game, basically. And what's wild about this is it is intended to be 4 players. Every Borderlands game is intended to be 4 players, right? So you would, and some of these come with boss fights, which are intended for 4 players, right? That's how every Borderlands games work. It's intended for 4 players. So take, let's say $150, and times that by 4. That would be the real price of this game. If you bought it for your friends and stuff, you know. I think this is that costs more than the Switch. The Switch 2. But yeah. So let's talk about the pre-order bonuses. Now, from what I've seen, these pre-order bonuses will be available after the game launches, just not all at once. You have to wait a while before it comes out. So that was really nice to see. These pre-order bonuses will be around after the game comes out. Now, Demon Souls, I believe, had this pre-order armor, and once the game came out, you couldn't buy it. You had to buy it during that pre-order time. So yeah. So let's talk about these the DLC. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one here is just one thing. So really, let's do 4, and then we'll talk about the system requirements, and then I'll compare it to another game that's coming out for the same price, and I'll talk about the content, and that'll be the end of the video. So I just want to talk about this game because it's a bit controversial. So here are my thoughts. I love games where you get the whole thing day one. And Borderlands 3 got like 50 updates. There was an update like every week. And you would just stand there and wait for the bar to fill up before you can play it. It also had holiday events. And you had to like wait for the holiday to activate in the game. So basically Borderlands 3, you had to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait for the bar to fill up. It got really annoying pretty quick. Borderlands 3 is great, but the waiting sucked. Also, I was looking at the gameplay, and the gameplay reminded me a lot of Borderlands 3. So anyways, let's talk about these packs for a minute. Again, like a $150 game basically. Alright, so Gilded Glory pack. This is just skins. This will probably be like, I bet this will be like $5 when this comes out. When the game actually comes out, I bet this will be like $5 for all this. And I'm saying that because, so Deluxe Edition comes with this. It comes with 3 things. I'm guessing, yeah, Deluxe Edition comes with 3 things. So you get these 3 skins, which I don't know how many people care about. Probably like, I don't know anyone who's really a skin guy. And this is really disappointing to me because the Tiny Tina Borderlands game had really creative character creator, and it was the character creator was amazing, and also you can change everything. You can change the head, the body. You can create like some kind of monster, and it was amazing. Huge fan of the Tiny Tina character creator. So seeing this skin is kind of disappointing. I was kind of hoping you can turn the girl into some kind of monster. So you get this. So it seems like the Deluxe Edition comes with 3 things. So you get this one, which is 3 skins. This Echo Drone seems to be the new quest helper. And also maybe your inventory screen. So this looks like the new quest helper guy. In Borderlands 3 you can customize it. You can like change the panels and the colors and all that. So that's interesting. There's a Super Deluxe Edition which comes with everything. And then it mentions explore all new regions of Karos. I played a lot of Borderlands. I don't remember what Karos is. I think that might be Borderlands 3. But it's not Pandora. You know? And you see bandits in the previews. Or psychos. So, yeah, I'm not really familiar with Karos. I'm kind of lost there. It's been a while since I played Borderlands 3. A bunch of other games came out since then. So I don't really remember which one's Karos, to be honest. Alright, so let's talk about the Deluxe Edition. So you get 3 skins. This is whatever to me. You get the Firehawk Fury weapon skin, which is this one here. This looks okay, I guess. Kind of weird. So basically you get the Siren Lilith on your gun. Kind of odd. I like Moxie more. That's me. If you can put Moxie on your gun, that'd be cool. Alright. So Bounty Pack Bundle. This is also Deluxe Edition. So this one comes with 4 unique areas. I bet these unique areas are like maybe tournaments or some kind of gimmick or raid boss. This is also Deluxe Edition. 4 vault cards with unique challenges and rewards. That I have no idea what vault cards are. This could be like a challenge mode. Borderlands 2 had challenges. Every time you did a challenge, you get a point or a token. You put that token on your guy, and you get like damage. So these vault cards might be similar to the token thing. Day 1, new gear and weapons. I think the Borderlands 3 and even Borderlands 2, they had day 1 weapons and gear, and they were super fun. They were super fun weapons. You would use them until like level 8, and then you'd get the real, like you get like a quest gun, and you'd use that instead. But usually the day 1 weapons would last you to like level 8. So that sounds pretty cool. And in Borderlands, day 1 weapons didn't matter at all. They really didn't. I want to turn this video off because I think I'll get in trouble if I play that. But yeah, day one weapons, I don't think anyone complained about them. They let you play the game like 2 hours faster, and that was it. And they were fun. So I don't think this is a big deal at all. I do think this is appealing. Like, instead of spending like 10 hours on the first level, it now takes you like 6 hours. Right? So I don't mind this at all. More skins. 4 new vehicles with new skins. So DLC vehicles. So maybe you can just start the game out with a vehicle. I'm not sure how that works. Because in every game you have to unlock the vehicle. Usually around level 6 you get the vehicle unlocked. So I'm not sure how this works. Now the Ornate Pack, I think this is Super Deluxe Edition. So this is the $150. So it's 4 skins per part. So I guess this is 12 skins. I think skins, to me, skins only matter in multiplayer. That's how I feel. Skins are only a big deal when you can show it to someone and you go, oh wow, that's crazy, look at that weird skin. And in Borderlands 3, the DLC skins were way worse than the quest ones. So I'm kind of afraid these DLC day 1 skins, usually they're pretty bad. This one here, 2 new Vault Hunters. This is the $150 version. Two new Vault Hunters, 2 new story packs. I'm guessing these story packs are basically expansions. Now in Borderlands 3, these story packs were like 4 hours or so. They're usually like 4 or 5 hours of content, give or take. But they would have like a new mechanic that you can mess around with, like a new button. So this is probably like 10 hours of content, give or take. And usually these story packs are a reference to something that's happened before, or it finishes a character's story, like Krieg. It gave Krieg's story like an ending. So these story packs are pretty interesting. Who knows if they're like a reference to an old character or not. Now, if they're like a brand new story that's completely original, that makes it less interesting to me. If this story has nothing to do with the old Borderlands characters, that's kind of boring. I wouldn't mind if those characters had an ending to their story. And it'd be nice to see them again. But yeah, basically there's a day 1, like, let's say expansion, that adds a lot to the game and is locked off. Also 2 new playable Vault Hunters. I'm really hoping you can unlock these Vault Hunters using the in-game money or something, or maybe in-game tokens. If you had to buy day 1 Vault Hunters, that is so silly. That is really silly. Now usually Vault Hunters are like $5, so we'll see. If they're $5, I guess that's not too bad. And what you can do is just wait for the game to come out, and you can pick and choose what you want. You don't have to buy all of this. 2 new map regions. I'm guessing that's related to the story packs. I think Borderlands has a good history of maps. Pretty much all their maps were good. New gear and weapons. Wasn't there already? Okay. So new gear weapons here. And new gear and weapons here. So you get 2 day 1 weapons. And gear is probably like grenades, maybe. Hard to tell. But yeah, there's 2 day 1 weapons. That's kind of crazy. More skins and more skins. So I think this one is definitely the most attractive. You get 2 new characters. And I think Borderlands has a good history of Vault Hunters. I think all their Vault Hunters are pretty good. Even the pre-sequel. Pre-sequel had pretty good Vault Hunters. So I think this one here is the most attractive. But of course, it's in the $150 version. And then you have this. I think this is pretty cool. This is Deluxe. This is pretty similar. For Deluxe, you get something very similar. Basically, the Super Deluxe and the Deluxe are very similar, from what I can tell. And then we'll look at the game requirements, because the game requirements are something to talk about. So I have a $700 computer from like 2020. I don't think I can run this game. I'll just say that. I'm pretty sure my computer cannot run this. So let's look at the requirements. 16 RAM. I'm pretty sure that's what my computer is. So I meet the minimum requirements. And then for the maximum requirements, is 32 RAM. Now I'm not really a computer guy. I play computer a lot, but I don't really understand computers. I don't know how hard it is to upgrade to 32 RAM. I don't know if it's an easy upgrade or a hard upgrade. I have no idea. Also, I don't know the price of things. So my computer was $700 for 16 RAM. I have no idea if I don't know the price of things. So I know 32 RAM has been around for a while. I wonder if the price went down over the years, or maybe the price went up over the years. I actually don't know. If with new games coming out that are fancier and fancier, I imagine the price could go up. I'm not sure how hard it is to upgrade to a 32 RAM. Now I guess people who already have 32 RAM, this is not a big deal. But yeah, I'll just say this as a customer. I'm almost positive I can't really run this game. I do have the minimum requirements. I will say every Borderlands game had a graphics slider, and you can really, I think you can turn down the graphics all the way down to like the 80s, like the 1980 games. Like Borderlands 2 is gorgeous, and you can turn the quality down all the way down to like pixels. You can like see every pixel on the screen. That's the quality slider. You can go from like a beautiful river to like a square. It's just a square moving. So I mean, every Borderlands game has lots of accessibility options. So maybe my computer can run it. It would just be on the lowest settings. It would probably look like crap, but oh well. And then those people who have 32 RAM, I'll just say it. I probably can't run this game, and if I can run it, it'll be lame. So if my computer can't run it, I'll have to play it on maybe my console. I might play it on console. These requirements are a bit crazy. Another thing to talk about is it's 100 gigabytes, which I'm pretty sure is actually smaller than Borderlands 3. If I'm not mistaken, I think Borderlands 3 right now is like 112 gigabytes, something like that. So this brand new game is actually smaller. Maybe it's optimized. Like if you optimize Borderlands 3, it's probably like 50 gigabytes. But right now it's like 112. So I'm not. The 100 gigabytes is kind of crazy. It's actually one of the smaller Borderlands games. So, alright, so something to talk about. There's a ton of skins. There's skins for days. Skins don't really bother me, and I'm pretty sure they'll be like $1. Most skins were like dirt cheap. I don't remember any expensive skins. So these are probably like $1 skins. I think day one skins is kind of crazy. That's pretty lame. Day one locked off areas. That's pretty cringe. I think day one locked off areas is super cringe. These day one weapons, I don't think are a big deal. I don't think they'll break the game. Borderlands is usually pretty balanced. So these day one weapons or whatever, and usually you get rid of them around level 8, so it's whatever. I think the day one locked off Vault Hunter, I think that's pretty insane. Honestly, day one locked off playable character. That's pretty nuts. Are they just straight up better than the other ones? Like, I'm not sure how this works. Are they straight up upgrades? Like, I'm confused on how this works. But yeah, I think day one playable characters being locked off is absolutely cringe. And then all these maps are locked off day one. That's cringe. And also vehicles. These vehicles are locked off, right? You can't play these vehicles without money. So that's pretty cringe. Like I said, I'm okay with $70 price tag if you get your bang for your buck. Maybe it's like a 100-hour game. If it's a 100-hour game, then sure. I think locked off vehicles, locked off maps, locked off bosses. I think locked off bosses is super mean because Borderlands is famous for its raid bosses. I think the raid bosses in Borderlands are pretty famous. So locking bosses off is pretty mean, I think. It's like Dark Souls, and you have to pay money to fight the final boss. You spend like 50 hours in Dark Souls leveling up your guy, picking out your gear, and then you have to spend like $10 to fight the final boss. That's how I feel. So I think this is cringe, and these two are, all this is cringe, and this is definitely cringe. That is super cringe. Now these microtransactions are cheap. Sure, I guess not a big deal. But if they're like, I would say if they're above $20, then it's cringe. If this is $20, that's cringe. And if this is $20, that's super cringe. That is super cringe. So that's my 2 cents on the pre-order. How I feel about the pre-order. Now I do want to compare it real quick to another pre-order bonus, just for comparison. So I think half of this is pretty cringe, and also my computer can't run it. I do want to compare it to another pre-order bonus, just so we're clear. And yeah, I know it's Digimon. You can fight me. It's Digimon. I like Digimon, okay? You can fight me. Where's the pre-order bonus on this? There's like a collector edition. There's like a collector edition. Hold on. Is it gone? Did they get rid of the collector? Oh wait, no, it's right here. They try to hide it from me. Why can't I zoom in? Can I zoom in? Oh my god. Come on. Please tell me I can zoom in. Okay. This is a collector edition. Okay, you do get the game too. Okay, so I want to talk about this for a minute. Okay, so Digimon Collector's Edition. So Borderlands, half the game is locked off, and it's story. So you just straight up cannot get the full story. Digimon Collector's Edition. I don't know the price of this. You get the art book. I think Digimon is pretty famous for its art. You get a figure. The figure looks a little silly. It's got like darkness and lightning, and it's also fire. I think the figure is kind of silly, but hey, it's a figure. And you also get Digimon cards, which are probably, I bet these cards you can't put it in a real deck. Like Yu-Gi-Oh. In Yu-Gi-Oh, there's cards you just straight up cannot use. But you got these Digimon cards. Now cards, the Digimon card game is amazing. It's actually amazing. So I think these cards are actually a big deal. And I think there's another version of this too. There's like 3 different additions to this Digimon game. You can get more stuff. This isn't the only version of it. But yeah, you get the art book. You get like a statue. 15 centimeters. That's like, wow. If it's 15 centimeters, that's like pretty small, right? This has to be like 5 inches, right? This thing's like 5 inches tall or something. And then you get, anyways, what I'm trying to say is I think this is more interesting and more appealing than all that locked off garbage. That's my 2 cents. That's how I feel. I feel like this company did it better. Now, I do believe Bandai is a bigger company than Gearbox, but I do think Bandai did it better. And yeah, that's my 2 cents. That's how I feel about this fiasco. And yeah, thanks for watching. I try to make it interesting, but it's kind of hard. But that's how I feel as a Borderlands fan, as a Digimon fan. I've been a Borderlands fan since like 2010. And I've been a Digimon fan since like 2004. So yeah, that's how I feel about this fiasco. Anyone who feels differently can fight me. But yeah, that's how I feel about it. Thanks for watching. Bye.